So I'm just stripping this wallpaper off. It's wood chip, which would normally be, you know, a bit of a pain to get off. But I spray it. I got one of those sprayers, £16. I spray it and then I score it with sanding knife or something, you know, put some lines in it. Then I spray it again and I leave the paper on the floor so that any excess water is running off and being picked up by what is dry paper. This is a really dry room. And the wood chip's coming off fine. So, you know, there's probably an hour's work there and it's nearly done. That's the paper that's behind it. I think Cheryl showed you yesterday. But so this room won't take very long, despite it being wood chip. This chimney breast is not coming off easy, but I'll spray it and score it again. So that's what I'm up to today. And Cheryl is finishing off round these shelves, taking a lot of fettling out the bed.
Fettling, I love that word.
Fettling, yeah.
I don't even know what it means, but yeah, I'm fettling.
Fettling. So, yeah, that's what we're up to today. It's a fresh week for us. But we're getting there. This room's nearly done. I've got the floor to finish putting all the screws in. So Cheryl's finishing that. That grey, we're going to give another coat, but it's a bit shiny, that paint. So we're going to give it a matte finish. She's just about finished her notice board, thank goodness. So we're not far off, maybe a day. Kitchen's been delivered in about 5 weeks. So that can then be started to getting fit. We've all this to pull out eventually. So it's going to be the utility, as you know. But yeah, we're getting there. So the room, you know, wallpaper stripping, and it's wood chip. Those of you of a certain age will know all about wood chip wallpaper. Anyway, it's come off the walls, particularly along here and over there, quite easily. You know, I've got a method. However, here on this chimney breast, what nightmare. That bit, which is about 1/4 of a yard all in all, is taking me 2 hours. And the reason is there's no backing paper on it. You know, there's no paper that used to be there, and when somebody's decorated, they just put wood chip over it, which is what they did on these walls. On this wall, that's wood chip straight onto plaster. My goodness, that will, well, it is going to have to come off. I've got to get it off, but I'm using the steamer. I'm using my spray and time. I will get it done, but I think I'm going to stop for today on it and have a breather. Look at that lot. Have a breather. I've got to get ready for tomorrow because I've got shed number 2 coming tomorrow, but I'll explain about that as it arrives and why we're doing it. Okay, great. Thank you.
I'm putting a shed there. We were thinking of boarding out the loft. Went up there and started to think about what the costs would be if the boards, the electrics, getting some lighting up there, a proper loft, ladder, all of the costs you expect when you're doing out your loft, only for storage, not as a bedroom or anything. But we worked out it'd be around about £1,000 by the time we'd finished for some, good ladders and the electrics and everything. And you've got to get things up there, and then if you need them, you've got to get them back down. And the entrance hole to get in the loft means that you're restricted by what you can put up there, and weight and all of that. So we thought, well, most of you'll use your garage as your shed, as storage. Most people don't put their car in the garage, whereas we do. So our garage can't be used for things like barbecues and and gardening equipment. Now we've already got a shed which is full for Mike's workshop stuff and his tools. So we just figured that it's going to actually work out more useful and cheaper to get another shed. It won't be as big as the one we've got. It'll just be for storage, but it means that we can empty the garage, get everything into the new shed, which is about £550, I think. And then the garage also can be used when the builder comes to do the bathroom. He can use that as a workshop for cutting his tiles. I'm not quite sure how that works, but Mike explained it, and it would be far better for him to cut the tiles outside and preferably undercover than in the house. So that will be really useful, and take the car out and let him use that as a workshop for a while. So, I mean, a lot of you always say, do one room at a time, finish it and then move on to the next one. Well, you can't really do that when you're renovating a whole house, because your steps rely on other steps for things to happen. So if we were doing the bathroom right now, we'd be sat twiddling our thumbs waiting for the builder to turn up. So for us, if we're waiting for something to be delivered, we'll move on to something else. Whatever it is that we can do, even though we're going full throttle, if we can be getting on with something and a project, then we'll get on with it. Now, like the kitchen at the moment, I'm having to finish a lot of the little delicate bits, because the kitchen's going to arrive in 6 weeks, and that all must be done and ready for the kitchen to arrive to go into place. We've got it all planned out in a schedule, but we are relying on builders, plumbers, electricians, and delivery, and things being in stock as well, and all of that. So it was just to explain why we are moving from one room to another and then back to another room, and it might seem like we're all over the house, but that's the reason for that anyway. Okay, I better get on. I'm going to ask, what is it about a man and his shed? Or sheds, plural. Because he's just got so excited that his shed's been delivered. He's got straight on with it, with the base. Just go check on him. Hello? Hello?
Just come out of the wind.
Oh, it's quite nice now.
Well, it's warmer than it was. So the shed we bought 6 before is going here, and I'm going to put it here. I was going to put it along there, but I've as much, if I put it along there, have the same room here as I would have if I put it there. Remembering that's coming out.
Yeah.
Those stones I might make a little garden rockery of.
Okay. That smells gorgeous.
It's bitumen paint.
Oh, it smells lovely.
So this is the underside of the frame that I built for the shed to stand on. And I'm just painting it with bitumen paint. Then I'm going to turn it over, sit it on some bricks, because I'm nothing else. These bricks were left over from when that wall was built. The doorway was As you can see, I'm putting this on. It'll just help the timber last, because this is ordinary softwood timber, which you wouldn't normally use outside, of course, but I'm using what I've got. So that's that. You can turn it over now if you want to back up a bit.
Back it up. Smells like, is it like tar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
liquid tar.
You gone to prison?
Yeah, I did, didn't I? You're in my way, aren't you?
No, I'm well out of the way.
That goes over there.
Is it heavy?
No. You might remember when I did the shed, first shed, I built the base the same size as the shed. But when the shed came, the shed was a little bit bigger, so I had to add on to the base. This one, I've built 6'4" by 4'4".
Right.
So the shed will sit straight on it. Well, I've got other things to do, but... And these are the only bricks I've got at the moment. Ooh. So it's going to sit about there. Oh, it can't, can it? Look at that. That's too narrow, isn't it?
Well, it's as narrow as the bit between the garage and the house.
Yeah, but that's no good. So I'm going to spin it round and see what it's like the other way. I don't like it. I could have almost done with it on casters. So I don't even know if it'll fit this way, if I'm honest. It's a bit fun.
Hey. Yeah, you loads of room.
Yes, I wonder, I measured it last night. I often measure things wrong. I'm quite good at it. This is going to have to go.
Yeah.
And a better solution there. The other thing you'll notice is that this runs away from the house, which it should. But it does mean that it's going to puddle under the shed, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing, really. Yeah. Okay, so until I get some more bricks or concrete blocks, it can sit on these like that. Like that. I've got to paint that other side. I won't have to forget. Got a few more bricks. Okay, so I'll finish this, get it all black bitumen paint, and then put, I've got some decking boards which I'm going to pop on, and wait for the shed to come, which isn't, well, Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
Today is Friday.
Friday.
So,
Okay.
but I've plenty to do in the house, haven't I?
Just a few bits.
A few bits. Okay.
Now we've got a list of things for you to do as well, Willow. At 2 o'clock we need to go for a walk, so you have to be ready for that. Not now. At the moment your job is to have a nap while we all get things done. So I'm going to cover you up, get you all comfy, and then you can have a nap. And when you wake up you can have something to eat. That's your other thing that you need to do. So remember those two things, and then later we'll go for a walk. Okay? You're a very good girl. Love you very much. Yes. Boop, boop. Love you. Right, a little bit stressed about this next step. I've got as far as I can with fettling, as Mike calls it, on shelves. I've got a little bit more sanding to do just to get the finish that I want, and then another coat of paint, and then that's done. So while that's drying, I'm going to have a go at this. Read the instructions. It does say a large brush, but with it being a small area, I mean, I've frog taped it, masking tape. I know that the lady who recommended paint, blackboard paint, I think, is it Karen? Hello. She used a roller to put it on, and I think that's quite a good idea because I don't want a load of brush strokes. Probably have to cut in at the edges, even though I've used frog tape, but I think it'll probably go on better. It does recommend drying time 30 minutes and 2 to 3 coats, and then after the first coat's dried, you sand it a little bit and then apply another coat. Two coats are recommended, or 2 to 3. But the good thing is I've got plenty of this, so when it comes to recoating, you just, in the future, you just clean it and put another coat on, providing that it's still good in the tin. So shall we give it a go? I'm really nervous. Fingers crossed this goes on as it should. I'll just try and get as close as I can to the edges and then go around with a brush. Hopefully. I'd rather put it on thin and it be smooth than have drips, because it's a bit like treacle. Quite runny. And it's just for a bit of fun. I've always wanted one, I don't know why. But I like the idea of them, and I've got to say, the way my memory's going, I need one. When you just think, oh, I better put that onto my shopping list, or oh, I need to make sure I make a note of Mike's appointment, or I need to pick up his prescription or something. There's so much that comes into your mind, and if you don't write it down, it goes straight back out again. Like, why did I come into this room? Who does that? Me. And the chalk that we got, or that I ordered, it's not like a stick of chalk, it's like a pen. It's called liquid chalk. And the instructions say that when you're ready to get rid of it, wipe off with a damp cloth, which is good, because one of you, I remember saying, just be aware, when you're wiping the chalk off, you can get a lot of dust all over your floor, coloured chalk dust all over your floor. I have got a little ledge under here which will capture some of it, but if it's a damp cloth, there shouldn't be too much dust. Should be alright. A bit more. Mike's legs have run out of steam today, so he's sat relaxing a little bit and editing the video for Sunday. And this is the next one. So he's just relaxing a little bit, but yeah, his legs are screaming, no more, give me a break. Nearly there, and then I'll get the brush on it and just go around the edges. I'm really glad I took Karen's advice on the roller. It's a lot easier and it's going to look really smooth. I'm happy. Happy! Now done. Mike's just reminded me always use a block so you don't dig your fingers into a particular area. So I've got it nice and even now. And hopefully that's just got rid of the little imperfections that were on. You see a couple there and there. And there's a few down here. It might be 3 coats, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see where it ends up like. I'm a bit warm. While that's drying, I'm doing tea. So Mike is having fish, beer battered chips and some curry sauce in my deluxe kitchen. So deluxe, so I'm just doing him a bit of, he likes curry sauce. There's Sainsbury's beer battered chips and they're best of fish. And then for his pudding, he had some cake left over. He only has half a slice of cake, so he's got another half a slice of chocolate cake left. And last night he had it with banana, with a bit of banana custard yogurt and a spoonful of cream. And tonight he's having that with a couple of Turkish Delight thins, some fresh cream, I think I've got plenty left, dollop of that, and what else is he having? Another day begins. It is Saturday, so I cracked on with my blackboard and I came up with a slight issue, which was just around these corners the frog tape didn't quite take, so it was messy. So actually I quite prefer that. I've still got, it's a little bit wet, I've got to put another coat on the outside frame, but I prefer it, I like that. Nice Willow. So we're going to go get Mike's glasses at 1 o'clock, pick up some prescriptions, and hiya Karen. Whose idea it was to have this like this. So I quite like it. In fact, I like it a lot. We're going to have fun with that. So on this side, I'm just measuring out where the spice racks are going to go. And Mike's been fixing the floor, so he's been really busy with the flooring. And these are the little racks. They're nice and light, but apparently they are an absolute pain to put on because we've got to get them right in position. And the way I want to do it is to stagger them like that. So there's 4 of them and stagger them through. So I've just been sort of measuring out the centre. So I'll have above there, I would look to have 2. So you'd have 1 there and then 1 there. And then that gives you sort of a side for, on this side, for long bottles. And then it'll be the short ones underneath. And then it'll go the same under there, 2 under there. So that's what I'm doing at the minute. Unsuccessfully, because I'm terrible at math. So I drew out a little graph, because I like doing this. And so that's basically pouring it all in. I know that these are 40 centimetres long, so I'm going to fit them all in exactly where they're going to go so that I can pinpoint exactly where to mark the screws. These are coming in really handy because they wipe off and just do my marks on here. Don't have to worry about having a rubber on pencil or ink pen. It it just wipes off. I did do a tester first, just to be sure, and it does. It washes off with a little damp cloth, and so that's what I'm doing at the moment. Mike is waiting for a cup of tea because he's put kettle on, so I better sort that out. Do you want a biscuit?
Yes, please.
Good.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay, I've got it. Let's just see if it's got it. The thing is, they're screws. They're a bit long, to be fair. Yeah. Oh, you don't go the right way. Just making a hole here. Okay, it's throw in. Well, there's one thing for sure. They're a good tight fitting. I think you'll need a bit more, but try it. You know what happens, don't you?
Yeah.
If it's your screwdriver, you have that habit, don't you, of thinking you've got three hands.
You'd be reading glasses.
Now, does it wobble?
No.
Just do that again. That's it. It'll do that. That's it. Now, put your level on. Top of the bar. Because when you do this, you make an assumption that being manufactured right. So, very good. So you've another 3 goes at that, and that's your spice rack's done.
Right.
Good. What's that?
Okay, finished product. I had to turn the lights out because the camera picks it up as a strobe. So all I've got to do now is take these off just to wash, just to lift them off. Wash down all the yellow chalk. Some of the screws need tightening a little bit so it fits more snug. Got another coat on the outside of this to do. And then there we are. It's looking less like a notice board. And once I get my spices on, so the idea is where there's not a lot of room, it'll be just short little light spices, basil, that kind of thing. Maybe a couple of little ornaments. On this side I might put something a little bit taller, a bit like a sauce bottle or something. But yeah, that's it. I measured it precisely because Mike has a thing about symmetry. don't you? He has a real thing about symmetry and about things being level and pleasing to the eye. So it was things like he was saying, make sure that that distance from there is the same as that distance from there, and the distance apart is the same, and that, you know, they're all, I wanted them staggered, which meant I needed to make sure that they lined up properly. I didn't want them all just in one line. I thought that would look boring. So that's it. That bit's done.
So the keen I do here will have spotted my first mistake. I drew a line for the centre of the rim. I don't know why I did that, because wallpaper's going there. There. So what I've done is I've said that the wallpaper will follow this line. The left line did it. Yeah, so I'm starting there. I'm really unsure about this. So they're only short drops, these. 42-inch, only short. So I'll cut my first one. I'm actually cutting this just an inch longer. I'll see how I get on. The walls are not straight, the ceilings are not straight. I'm making excuses before I even start. Anyway, need to make a little nip. there. Line the edge of the wallpaper together, which means that here, that must be at 90 degrees to each other, each end. Normally I'd use a long knife for this, but when we cleared out, I remember my long decorating knife going in the skip, and I regret. See, my tremor is not good this morning. Any excuse, innit? So there's my first one cut. Looks sharp. I hope it's not sharp. So, I don't know how much of this to put on. It's well. No, what I should have done was to put a line on the wall where the wallpaper face should have been pasted to. That might give me a bit more confidence. There is something else that's worrying me. There's a lot worrying me in there. Is that I'm putting paint onto a wall that I put lining paper on. Now, normally, to remove wallpaper, you use water, even if it's through a steamer. That might be from the heat, because of the heat. So, this, of course, is wallpaper paste. Is that the water in it gonna lift this lining paper off? No. We'll soon see. The other thing, I've got another blob of stuff in my eye. Well, on my glasses this time. The other thing, I don't know how long to leave the paste on the wall before I put the paper on. Normally you let your paper soak, don't you? Well, I don't want to do that with this because that's lining paper. I think I'm just going to put it on. The instructions didn't say anything. Now I've got to put this the right way up because I forgot which way I cut it. That's the right way up because the leaves are going up. I did have a house where we got decorator in, and he was putting the wallpaper on in the bedroom, and I was showing a friend what the room looks like, as you do. And it was my friend who said, "Do you know that wallpaper's the wrong way up?" So the decorator had to take the paper off and start again. He'd got it the wrong way up. Things happen, I guess. Well, the paper doesn't slide. No. Well, that makes it difficult. Paper doesn't slide about. I don't want to get paste on the ceiling either, which I have. I don't know. This isn't going to happen. Let's get my clean cloth. Oh, I have to say this is a practice run. So I tend to put wallpaper on with a cloth, and then I can feel if it's got any bumps, lumps, creases, that sort of thing. Well, it's on. It's following that line, so I'm happy with that. Does it look like, horizontal? It does, but it's not quite meeting the ceiling up there. I'm going to have to take it out, do it again. This is difficult. I thought pasting the wall would be really easy, you know. And right, that's better. Oop, that's better because it's gone past the ceiling now, hasn't it? Oh dear, I might have to start entirely again. I think the problem that I'm having is that the paper just will not slide. So I'm going to put a bit more up there and then get this lined up. All right, that is on the line. And it's met the ceiling. So that's good. Right, my monkey cloth. I'm just going to clean off the ceiling. What I don't want to have to do, well, I couldn't do it, is to go back along the ceiling and touch in with emulsion. I couldn't do that. So I'm going to just put a crease in that. Obviously, it's gone past the ceiling. I know decorators use like this big wide spatula thing, push it in, and then with a very sharp knife, like a scalpel, they cut the excess off. Well, I can't do that. So I'll just make a mark like that, and then turn down this. So I'll turn that down. It's not touching the ceiling. Then I can wipe off the paste. Then, now that won't stick to the ceiling. And what Cheryl can do is one of our, with our sharp scalpel knife things, she'll just trim that off.
Which is that bit there. There it is.
Well,
Let me lift it up.
as long as we get somewhere near. Oh gosh, it's 3/4.
It's there.
Have you got it somewhere near?
Yeah.
Just hold it. So there, and now you've got to cut the top, but allow an inch. And you've also got a big fold in it, so push your fork down, look. That's it, and then allow an inch. That's it. That'll do. Here, to do your seam, you don't push too heavy because you can make a line in it if you do. That's it. So put that on.
I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I can see it.
We on target. The other corner was really faffy and it went really well. So this one won't, because that's just how it is.
It will. It will, because you're doing it. So it's half past 12, and we started this. Well, I put the first piece on about 7:30 this morning. So it's going to be a day's job. But I think when it's done, you know, Cheryl will be really pleased with it. I'm pleased with it already, so already.
Well, I'm really pleased with my blackboard wall. I've stopped calling it a notice board because it now it's looking more like what I wanted it to. So that's good. So just remind me, am I just pasting this wall for now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to paste that facing corner. That's it. Like that. You
Like
see.
that?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So far, so good. That's that. Next bit.
So it's going to be that bit up there.
Yeah.
Cutting across. Now you did help me keep it straight before.
Well, yeah, we'll have a go.
Sorry about the washing machine. Right. This is my first ever wallpapering job ever. And I've been frightened of it, but I'm finding it quite, sort of addictive. Addictive. I might end up wallpapering the whole house. So Mike said push that and then push that to get the corner how it should be. Gosh. Gold. Put it lightly in place for now. I'm feeling pleased with myself. I'm a mess, sorry, but I am feeling pleased with it. I'm liking it. Mike thought it might be a bit busy, but I think it's okay because the rest of the kitchen is going to be plain and the tiles will be plain, and I'm really pleased with this. I'm really happy with it. Just I'm so pleased. Took the time out to stagger those. So I'm going to do that little bit next in there, which is quite good fun. And then it's that, and then we're done. We're done. In other news, this morning Willow hurt herself. So she's been feeling so sorry for herself all morning. She's cut her leg. You can't see it at the minute because it's on the other side of that leg. But she was playing. She wanted to play with two of the dogs that she sees in the morning, and they're a little bit rough. And she's got incredibly thin, whippets have very, very thin skin. So the slightest knock or bang, you know, and they get a cut. Don't the baby? So she's been nursed and loved and lots of attention. She had a nice big nap, haven't you?
And in other news...
In other news? Oh no.
So this TV, about 3 years old, and I broke it. I was setting it up and I pulled a wire that I didn't know was connected to it, and it just flopped over and it's hit the cabinet, so it's broke. So that it is brocked.
Well, we are insured, and I'm pretty sure we have accidental damage on there. So, providing the insurance company pay out, we'll just get a new TV. Nobody's died, and considering everything that we've gone through, if that's the only casualty, then I think we're done quite well.
Oh, your coffee set broke.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it was a coffee pot. That's nothing. I won't claim that on the insurance. The rest of it went to charity shop. It's a TV. That's it. It's just a TV. The worst thing is Willow. You know, you don't want your doggy feeling all sorry and sore and upset. It's only a tiny little cut, but I had to get a lift back. She wouldn't walk on it. She was really upset. And one of the dog walkers, Julie, she was kind enough to go get a car and she brought us home, didn't she, Willow? You'll have to say thank you. Get her a bottle of wine or something. Something nice, eh? Yeah. You're such a good girl. Right, I better get back to it.
Morning. Oh, get that door open. So it is Friday, the 20-something of March. I just wanted to show you this. I've had a good tidy in here again. That's that panelling that I made, covered in plastic now. That lot is waiting for me to get some plaster on it. Got to remove that paper up there. That's hiding a bookcase. And there's a little chimney opening. Again, yet to be plastered. Now, this sofa, with two of these, and that's going hopefully today. Cheryl's put it on Facebook at a marketplace, I think it's called. Anyway, hopefully that'll go today. It was from Barker and Stonehouse, but many years ago. Oh, I have a bit of plastering there, look. And a bit of plastering up there. Okay. So we decided, Cheryl decided, that it's the right idea to get rid of this laminate flooring. And it will give us a fresh start for the carpet and liner. Oh, got paper there to take off. So there's a bit to do in here, but compared to the other rooms in the house, not too bad. It shouldn't be too big a job for us. I just noticed up there above the window, I took the curtain rail down, but there'll be all that to make good again. Left a bit of rail up there. So anyway, that's the front room. In other news, so we're going to get a bit of strobe in. This lot, and we did have what will be the new kitchen clear, but this lot, all this, all that, has all got to go into the new shed that I mentioned, I think, on the last video that we're getting. So that's what I'll be doing today, this on a Friday. Gosh, it's cold this morning. Cheryl's taking Willow for a morning walk. So there's the shed, and where I put it. I've got all this to tidy today. When the skip comes, these big lumps of concrete are gonna have to go in it this time. That'll be skip number 4. But as you can see, we're in a bit of a mess. Just waiting for the skip, really. Well, we're waiting for the builder and the plumber to start on the bathroom. But I've sort of let things get a bit messy, which I don't like doing. But anyway, I'll show you the shed properly shortly. We've not had a bad week, although we've gone steady this week. Cheryl's been full on again with her job, her full-time job with students. I've had bits to do, and I will this morning. When I finish this, I'm gonna open my laptop, see what work I've got. Might have to get on with that before I do anything. I can do it over the weekend though, so that's good. Again, I'm reading students' papers and marking them, so we can do that anytime. But Cheryl's full time. She talks to her students every day, you know. So yeah, I've lost my track of where I was going. But anyway, yeah, point is, we're doing okay. we're getting there with the place. And I guess in many ways, I'm starting to see the end, the beginning of the end, put it that way, which is a nice feeling. What I don't want to do is spend all summer inside the house doing the house. I've got a lot to do outside, and it might be nice to finally get some of the outside done, the garden. Yeah, tidying up. And also, we've got the VW bus coming out of storage, and I guess we'd both like to have a go at that and then get away now and again, you know, just overnight in the bus. The three of us, including Willow, of course, that's the three of us. So I don't want to spend all summer stuck in the house wallpapering or painting or fixing plasterboards to walls, whatever it might be. I'd like to get out. But I can see the beginning of the end, which is a nice feeling. Right, I'll have a go. I'm going to start moving boxes. I'm not going to show you that. I've got a little bit to finish on my shed. I'm sure you know how a shed's put together. And this isn't a DIY channel, not a how-to DIY. It's just about our life, and particularly Cheryl life at 50, names in the clues in the name, that way. Okay, I better get home. This is how I'm packing the books. I did this when we moved from Scarborough. So I put the books into a plastic bag. Plastic bags in a box. And I can tie up the plastic bag. And that will keep the worst of any damp away. I suppose the only good news is that it's March, so April, we got a couple of weeks really, haven't we, before the UK turns away from being damp to not damp, a bit warmer. And by the time that comes, I'm hoping we've got front room done and the books and other stuff can come back into the house out the shed. So that's the stuff gone out of here. Nice. What I've done is the TV that I've broken, I've shifted, but I haven't put it outside yet. I've put it in this room. I assume if Cheryl is going to claim on the insurance that they might say, can it be repaired? Can you return it? Anyway, so storage back outside. Yeah. So there's this shed. I've got everything in there up to now. So the last thing to go in is the Christmas tree and Christmas stuff, which is in the garage. I'm going to do that now. You'll notice that I lined the shed floor and that back wall just with offcuts really. Anyway, I'll go get the Christmas stuff. So I'm cutting some sheets here. This is what I'd left over from doing the the conservatory floor. I have two big ones there, and I'm going to cut them in half and put them up in the loft, only because the builder will need to be up there and the plumber, so they can use them just as crawl boats. However, I've got a Christmas tree to get out, which means I've got to move the car. You'd think that would be simple, but maybe not. Wish me luck, see if it starts. So yeah, in here I've got some bits. I've got a length of ply there, which will help line out the storage shed. So there are some bits, there's some gardening stuff there, but mostly I want to move this Christmas tree and Christmas decorations. That's the tiles for the bathroom, and I put them in here so that the tile fitter, who is the same as the plumber, can cut them in here as he needs to. It took me a bit of moving, and 20 kilos a piece, but anyway, so I'm going to get the Christmas tree stuff moved, and then I'm going to cut these long boards in half, just roughly in half, ready to go up into the loft. Good.
Can't remember if I've shown you where I'm up to in here, so I'll show you anyway. Just to mention that I was using the liquid chalk from a chalkboard, and it doesn't wash off properly. So I'm going to have to give that another coat and then just get some ordinary chalk, just ordinary chalk sticks. Yeah. Anyway, I got my salt and pepper pots out. I like to collect these. So it was just nice to get a few bits out and start to make the place feel like home. I've got some of my tins out and my ornaments and my lighthouse. So today I'm trimming the rest of this, tidying it up. I'm trimming at the top, all nice and dry, and I'm calculating my tiles that I need. So I have made a decision that I'm going to go with this type of tile, sort of a farmhousey tile. So I just don't know what colour, but I do like that one, and I like that one. And Mike thinks that I could maybe put a couple of different colours, but just sort of like have a main colour and then maybe add in just the occasional different one. So I would like your opinion on that, actually, if you wouldn't mind, please. I think those two are quite nice together. So what I've done, I measured these like that across there, and that they're 15 by 7.5, so that worked out at 112.5 centimetres squared. And then I did the same on these. I've measured it out, done it all in centimetres because everybody works in centimetres. So then I worked out how many tiles I'll need for that area space, and then I've just been doing it on the separate areas of where I'm tiling. So I've just got to add all these up. Go around, add them all up and see how many tiles I need. Washing machine's on. Just to note, what arrived this morning, was the bathroom. The bathroom's arrived, so everything's in here ready. Not quite sure when the plumber, the builder is coming, but it's all here ready for him, including the bathroom tiles. We've got the shower there. So we're all set to go. It's exciting, isn't it? Somebody's coming to pick this up. We've sold it. So that's going. He'll be here within about a half an hour, I think. Right, get my calculator out. Works out about 271 tiles, so I'll round that up because Mike says you always order some extra tiles. And then I'm going to try and think about if I am going to alternate just a few different colour in with the main colour, how many of those I want to do that in. Next up is the other side. So on this side I'll need 132 tiles on there, and then there's that little bit which is the same as the other side, that's 26 tiles. So I'll work out the cost now. Sofa's gone, picked it up, so that's that out of the way. So we've got a nice big room in here now, nice and empty, apart from the bathroom suite. Mike wants to move a cabinet into there today, so need to just clear out this little bit. So I think that's enough for now. Plenty going on, plenty to do, another full busy week. Thank you again, all your comments, all your support. As usual, we will see you on the next one. Bye.